Hey y'all, before we get into today's episode, I wanted to direct your attention to links I have in the description and the show notes. I've got links to rapid response networks and hotline directories. You can scroll through, find your state, it'll have a number, it'll list the type of hotline it is, links to red cards to know your rights, links to places to donate, you name it, it's in there. If you have any others, please leave it in the comments. Thank you so much. It's fuck ICE, now and forever. Chinga la migra, ahora y para siempre. And that's really all there is to say. There's no question where we're at. Remember to protect yourself, protect your neighbors. We keep us safe. Stay vigilant. And I'll see you in the episode. Love you so much. Bye. Hello, friends, foes, variations thereupon, and welcome to 2026. I bet you thought I was going to introduce the episode. Well, joke's on you. I forget until the very last second every time. Fuck. Am I right? Welcome or welcome back to Frankie Needs Friends, where I talk to you like I would if anyone answered my goddamn FaceTime. So, what the frick is up? Hey, 2026. She's here. She's queer. Probably. She's bi. She just doesn't know it yet. But, oh my gosh. 2025. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment, pour one out for the fucking fact that we need to make room for more. Where do we begin? Okay, can we just take a moment and really sit in the fact that December is finally over? Because, you know, like December for me personally is like one long day only separated by micro naps. And those are when I thankfully lose consciousness to wake up and repeat the magic all the fuck over again. And also, this is, I think, my second year not having worked retail during the holidays. So pour one out for all my freaking homies behind enemy lines, in enemy territory of all corporate holiday hoopla. My heart is with you. I'm sending thoughts, prayers, and fucking earplugs so you don't have to listen to any more of those goddamn songs. Because, oh my god, there was one that played in... you know, the gag is it played through December, but it's explicitly a Thanksgiving song. It's a Thanksgiving-themed song. Which, first off, hey, I am Indigenous and I do not celebrate that, so get that out of my ear holes. But it's this one by Carrie Underwood, and it is something about the waistband of your pants needing to be bigger, wider, undone, elastic. It's something about the waistband of your pants. And it's so, every morning, 7 a.m., clockwork, that shit was on my nerves. So, pouring one out for you guys. My heart, my soul, my thoughts, my prayers are with you forever and always. I do think you should be getting discounts. You know how people offer discounts if you work within like a shopping center, or you work in Midtown, or you work in, like, you get a discount if you work in a mall, like throughout the mall. You should get discounts everywhere if you are a public facing employee. You're already paying with so much of your time, energy, mental bandwidth. You should be getting discounts everywhere. But until that day comes, when I'm your president, I wanted to talk about, and I've journaled about this on numerous occasions. So, through the power of editing, the magic of technology, would you believe that the last podcast episode did actually not take place around the time in which it was released? That was, I want to say May. It's gonna be May. It was May, ? Because there was so much that happened in June and thereafter that I would just absolutely live, laugh, love to tell you about. So, let's get into it, because 2025 felt like pretty weird, for lack of a better word. It felt like a strange juxtaposition in my personal life going really fucking awesome, and everything else, when you zoom out, hey, what the fuck is going on? So that's where I was, because and I was like, it feels wrong to be so celebratory in things that I'm doing and I'm accomplishing when I look around and I'm like, oh my god, my world's on fire, how about yours, you know? With that, as the horrors of the world persist, let's take a minute to celebrate some wins, because oh my god, if we don't, who will? If we don't, who would even remember? So, shortly after that video was filmed, I take my ass to Tennessee. What's in Tennessee? The farm. And if you're not familiar, the farm is where Bonnaroo is held, because my work was like, hey, do you want to go to Bonnaroo? And I said, you bet your bottom dollar I want to go to Bonnaroo. Are you kidding me? So I packed my happy ass all the way to Murfreesboro, where it's like a midpoint between Nashville and the farm. And I was so excited. I have been to one, count them, one singular festival in all of my life. And I wouldn't even really count that because one, it was in Ohio. Two, I don't know if it's like still a thing. So I don't know how established of a festival it was, but I did go explicitly to see one band. And I did not leave. I did not leave Barricade. I ran the second that the doors opened, and I posted up at that stage all fucking day through the heat. Hey, why is Ohio humid? Someone's gonna be like, it's because it's next to a Great Lake. Hey, Ohio just sounds dry. It sounds dry. It's would not go back. Personally, that first and last. It's a one and done situation for Ohio and me. But again, would not really count that as a real full festival experience, because it's like, yeah, I was dressed up, but I was dressed up in a way I would have dressed up to the show regardless. It wasn't festival wear, which I think is more fun and I would very much like to get into. But I went for work, and work was really chill in that they asked prior to going, they said, who is your number one? Who do you want to see most of all? And I said, with all of my heart, I wish I might fly with dragons in it, you know, like, I wished to see glass animals. I want to see glass animals so bad. I don't think the timelines have ever gone in a way where I was able to see them before. Like, every time that they were touring, I was doing something else, or I was gone, I was elsewhere, I was booked and busy. So to be getting paid to be at the same place as them, count me fucking in. They were my number one. I said, I'll leave everyone else on the bill, but I've got to suit them, which was not going to be a big deal because they were performing at 12:30 in the a.m. So with midnight 30 being on the bill, I was like, yeah, we're fine. And if you know, Bonnaroo rocked for one whole day, and then the second day, downpour, nothing but rain. Oh my god, Zooey mama, we were soaked. And I'm sure if you weren't familiar, but you still go onto TikTok and you're like, Bonnaroo 2025, you'll see the disaster that it was. But I will say, everyone, like, I was told by my colleagues, they're like, everyone at Bonnaroo was so nice, it's so sweet, it's just like a good vibe all around, and they were correct. Except for this one fucking bitch. But we'll get there. No, we're not. We'll get there right now. I'm in the showers because I've sweat my freaking arse off all goddamn day. I'm just trying to not be rank and repugnant for a goddamn second. Let me cleanse off the sins of the night, because we partied partied all night. I think it's like roughly 3 a.m. 3 in the a.m. Huge for the story context. There is because I'm camped in the area with all of the employees and the people that are working the festival. There is a huge U shape of all of these structures holding so many showers. So many showers. You've never seen so many showers in your life. And so I just go to the first one. That I walk up, it's on the left, bang, bang, boom. I'm in there. That shit did not drain. I start the water, it is building. I am potentially getting trench foot. As I'm trying to bathe, I'm just praying. I'm standing now in my waterproof footwear on the ledge to try to avoid this rank ass water from getting all up on my toes and making my feet look like my grandfather's after Vietnam. So I am doing that. I'm being very careful not to fucking fall. There's also like a millimeter of a ledge for all of your things and belongings because that's approximately how big all of my things and belongings are. Thank you so much to whoever the fuck designed that. I am trying so hard not to drop my shit into the swamp that we're all collectively brewing here in this shower mobile. And this fucking bitch is in line. She is in line. There are 4 showers per door, and there are 2 doors per trailer, and there are like 4 trailers. And that's just in this little quadrant. There are other areas with other showers, with other trailers, with other potential issues. I don't know. I was only in the one. But I am being so careful. Yeah, it's taking me a little longer because I'm moving in a way that assures nothing of mine, including my feet, including my possessions, including my towel, including my glasses, like just so much. I'm just making sure it's staying dry and off the floor while also trying to scrub my body and not be fucking disgusting. Simple request. So yeah, it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm moving slower, because I'm being careful. And this absolute hag of a woman is standing in line right outside my door. And she starts to do this well, it's just, no, someone's just taking so, she's being passive aggressive at me, talking to other people that she was presumably in line with or knows or works with. She's talking to others about me taking so fucking long. And I said, hey, I'm trying not to get absolutely inundated with me and other people's shower water. So if you could stop ho-humming passive aggressive whiny bitching at me at the door and stop preoccupying yourself with the goings on of a naked stranger, maybe we could all move along. Find a different shower. And I cussed her out because what I just said right there, more PG than what I had said. Because hey, 3 a.m., stinky, nasty, sweaty Frankie, not in the Bonnaroo spirit. And neither was this heifer. So yeah, I did go little Frank nasty on her, but she shut up real fast. And I'm not sure if that was the same woman that was outside when I did emerge clean, fresh as a daisy, but I said, yeah, that's not draining, so good luck in there. And then I just went to bed. But the following day, all tornadoes, not all tornado warnings, I should say, all, hey, we'll take your wristband off if you're not in the tornado structure. Hey, get next to something that's concrete. Okay, fine. So we don't work. Hey, no music is going on. And as the day progresses, like hour 1, okay, hour 3, okay, hour 5, basically workday over. So then we're finally allowed to go back to our tent area where I'm sitting there being like, okay, so the day's shows are done. They're done and over. I'm going to manifest that the rain will stop and all of tonight's shows will be on and poppin'. So what else do I have to do? Nothing. There's no service out there. What am I going to do? We're going to manifest and we're going to put on our makeup and we are going to get ready for the show tonight and everything will be a-okay and you will serve and it will be everything that you want because Class Animals was your number 1. And then I hear outside my tent as I'm becoming a painted clown, I hear, oh my God, it's canceled. What? Like tonight's shows? No, the whole thing. The whole fucking thing? Yeah, the whole festival. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so, well, we better get everything packed now. We need to go. Being the painted clown, just kind of sat there for a second before I get a knock on my tent that says, hey, Frankie, did you hear that? And I was like, yeah. And we packed that shit up so quick. We were out of there within the hour. We come back to the house that we were kind of stationed at, because we had other employees that weren't camping but were coming during the day. And so we get back to that house where we try to game plan. And it's consensus that everyone's gonna get a different flight home because there's no more work to be done. And one person said he was going to stay in the house. He's like, well, it's already paid for. I'm just gonna have a little staycation. I'm gonna do my work here, and it's gonna be good. And I'm just gonna. But you guys head on home. Okay, two of them do. Me and another colleague, we are planning to, right? So the next day comes, and we're thinking, okay, well, we just have to dry all of our stuff so we could pack it, so we could change our flights and get home. But there's a bunch of stuff that we still need to get at the farm. I'm still so sad. I am in literally my Glass Animals merch that I now am a poser wearing because I'm like, I still haven't even seen them live. It's got all the tour dates on the back, and I'm like, it's fine. It's fine, only because of recent developments, but we'll get there. So I'm getting all of my stuff. I'm putting my tent back up to dry it out, to then put it back away, make sure everything's good, folded, it fits, and we pack it all up to go to the airport after we get all of our stuff, work stuff, from the farm. So, thinking we are not going to be returning to this domicile, to this particular rented home, on our way from Murfreesboro to the farm, I realize I'm giving myself a pat down in the back seat, and I'm like, hey, I do not have my phone on me. The one who is going to be staying at that house, the one man who happened to be driving the car, the one man who also saw my phone on the counter, said, oh, was that your phone on the kitchen counter? Hey, bitch. Is leaving my phone my responsibility? Is that my fault? 100%. And I will own that. I will eat that. That's not the deal. Comma and. He saw that, knowing full well that he was going to be the one and only person remaining in this house. And he knows that that's not his phone. So it never crossed his mind, crossed his little tiny pea brain mind to be like, hey, whose phone is this? Because it's not mine and I'm going to be the only one here. Fuck you, dude. And I'm chalking it all up to burnt toast theory. All of it. So if you don't know, burnt toast theory, at least as far as I understand, if there are other origin stories, please let me know. But as far as I know, burnt toast theory stems from someone burning their toast. They are delayed the amount of time it takes them to make a new piece of toast. They make a new piece of toast. They are then later for the elevator, because how much time does it take to really make a piece of toast? What, a couple, like 2 minutes? 90 seconds tops. And so then, you're late for the elevator. And then because you don't make the elevator, you're late for the train. And then you're late for the train. And now it's like all of this dominoes and snowballs into a set amount of time that makes someone late enough that they are not on site when 9/11 happens, one fateful Tuesday morning in September. And I like to remember that and think burnt toast theory whenever something does not go my way or go as planned. So it's all I kept telling myself during the trials and tribulations that was Bonnaroo 2025. And despite how stoked I was just like, burnt toast theory, it'll be fine. Even when that fuck-ass man didn't say anything about my phone being on the counter, I was like, hey, burnt toast theory. Because on the way back to the house, my colleague found another opportunity, and so we ended up able to stay and make more money and get paid and do all this stuff. So that colleague seeing that, I don't know if that would have happened in time if not having to go back to the house. And through that, we met so many people. We got to see so many cool things, because thematically, Nashville has been a you need to do what you want to do when you want to do it story for me. That is how I have come to learn several life lessons because of Nashville. My first time I went there, 2020, my first and only other time was November 2022. And the absolute heinous debauchery that I witnessed there was what made me go sober. I looked around and I said, you're all the reason I don't drink. Absolutely hate every last bit of this. I went to Nashville, spent a lot of money doing a lot of shit I did not care about, did not want to do. What does that mean? Broadway. And I was like, I can't write off Nashville because I know there's so much more than I've seen. And all I've seen is Broadway, and it sucks ass. Absolutely fucking hate Broadway. Get me out of here. But so while I had a shit ass time in Nashville, I was like, it's not Nashville's fault. It is my fault because I didn't go out and I didn't go do the things that I wanted to do, even though no one I was with wanted to do them. They wanted to go to do things that cost money in places that I didn't care about, aka Country Music History Museum. Don't give a shit. Sorry. What did I want to do? I wanted to see the Gummo Bridge because Gummo, while it takes place in Ohio, was shot in Nashville. I just wanted to see the stupid pedestrian overpass on this one road so I could have my bunny boy moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe watch Gummo, don't watch Gummo. I have a hard time recommending that movie, but my bestie and I did a podcast episode on it. I love Gummo. I love Gummo. I still haven't seen the bridge, but it's fine. I will get there. Either way, this Nashville time, I got to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, and it rocked. So definite revenge tour for Nashville, and the revenge tour kept going. Not revenge necessarily, redemption. We'll call it redemption. The redemption tour for Nashville. Burnt Toast Theory. Burnt Toast Theory. That was not meant to be the first time I saw glass animals. The first time I was meant to see glass animals, it was meant to be done under heavy influence of psilocybin. And that's exactly what we did, team. That is exactly what we did. The following month, they're rolling through. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go, if I was going to be out of town. But the second I knew, I grabbed those tickets and I said, I'm getting there as early as possible. I didn't, because I am from a camping culture of concert viewing, I was very much leaning towards getting there as early as I could day of. And then I thought, no, you have to resist, because if there's one thing about people in the Pacific Northwest is they take things so painfully casually. It's so casual. No one knows how to dress up. No one knows how to dress up. My sister went to work and they were like, are you going out after? Mind you, it's New Year's Eve. And she's like, what? No, I'm just going home. And they were like, oh, you look ready to go out. I asked her, what were you wearing? She said, green cargo pants, a black long sleeve, and these boots that were dirty and covered in sourdough starter. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So many people up here do not know how to fucking serve. It's fine. I will find my people. If you're out there, please hit my line. Hit my line. I know you're out there. I know the Stuntralina Contissimos are out there. But I digress. Anyway, I thought, if I get there day of super early, I really just don't think, like, I contemplated taking the day off work so I could go be in line. And then I thought, pump the brakes, because that is just my camping culture coming back to the surface, which the longest I've ever spent in line for a show was in fact 7 days. And it was to see the 1975 perform for the first time at Madison Square Garden. Yeah. So if you're familiar with that, I don't know how prolific it was with other bands of that era, but like the 1975 specifically, we were camping, all of us. We were like deadheads if they showered and did less acid, I think. I can't speak for other 1975 goers, but I was not on that, so I digress. I get there after work, make my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm full of mushrooms. I kind of got a little too excited, and right when I get there, I'm like, let's party. First off, I did not have enough in my system, stomach-wise. Like, I did not eat enough, and obviously volume of what you're eating, it'll take that much more time to get through that to feel the effects, but also I've noticed for me, if it's really heavy in protein, it takes a long time to eat through all of that. I think probably fiber would work as well, but I know protein delayed a trip of mine by almost 7 hours. Like, my friend went, and I'm still like, as it's making my way through my breakfast burrito, and then at the most inopportune time at the very end of the day, like, what are we doing? So it was a learning experience. But in this moment, I also was not correct in the time that the doors were going to be opening at this venue, so I thought it was going to be an hour earlier. I take this, not only did I not eat enough prior, but I'm sweating buckets. Like, it's so hot. And we are not sitting in line. We are leaving a little token of something of ours, a small possession, and dipping. So it's just our little signifier, like, hey, we were here, we're in line, this is our spot. And people were leaving their fold out chairs, people were leaving water bottles, people were tying sweatshirts. I only had a keffiyeh, like, so I just tied that around the little rope and I was like, I'll be back. Took my mushies and zooey mama, those hit me like a freight train. And something about psilocybin and me being alone, this was the first concert I've ever been to solo dolo by myself. I invited friends, but they couldn't come, and I said, I will not be missing this. I will not be missing this. I am going. You can come if you want. You're invited, but I am going. And I met other people where it was like same thing. They had never seen them, but also they were there by themselves. And again, something about the mushies and being there by myself. I am talking to everybody and their boyfriend and their mom and their friend and like they're all there. I'm talking to them. Security, I'm talking to them. Venue staff, hey, what's up? And hopefully everyone was like big chillin'. I think people are kind of wary to do or hear about others consuming psychedelics in public, but when I tell you, if I'm going anywhere that other people will be drinking, I am mushing. I'm making that a verb. I am mushing. I am tripping dick and balls and also face. Like, it's at the club, I'm on mushrooms. We're not the same. And that is your journey. This is mine. So that was the perfect optimal way you could possibly see glass animals. Also, if you are familiar with fungus in ways similar to let me know, do you cry during the process, during the trip? Like, do you cry? Because I will cry every time for reasons I can never pinpoint exactly. It's typically just because I'm so excited and I love life and everything is beautiful and I'm so overcome with the majesty that is the world around us. But for this one, it was during Creatures in Heaven. Creatures in Heaven played, and oh my god, it was exquisite. It was so good. And that jump-started the musical redemption arc for Bonnaroo, because so quickly after that, I was scrolling on TikTok, and I got an ad for a show, but it only had 4 comments, and I was like, wait, could this be? Oh my god, it is. It was Marina of Marina and the Diamonds Variety. Someone also on the bill for Bonnaroo. Someone who I also bought merch for and then didn't get to see. So, I was really, really bummed about that one, especially, like, she was right under my glass animals, like, right there. And because I have also been listening to her for the same duration of time. Actually, probably, I think I've actually been listening to her longer than Glass Animals, which is saying something. And I saw 4 comments, and 2 of them were from the same person, assuring other people that this was not AI. She is, in fact, that beautiful in person. And I said, I'm gonna find out for myself. And I did. And I bought the ticket, and it rocked. I was by myself, again, and everyone there was so stinking cute. Like, I bought it on a Monday. The show was on a Wednesday. So it's after work. I am also like, I'm busy and not prepared to dress up in any way that's super big. I'm just in a regular outfit of mine. It's just black. It's mesh. It's just an outfit that I wear. If, like, I was a cartoon, this would be my outfit. For reference, like, that's how often I wear this thing. And I go to the show and everyone is serving. I'm talking powdered wigs and tutus and coquettish outfits. Oh my god, it was adorable. It was so freaking cute. And it turns out she brought 6 of them up on stage to basically be like, these 6 are the most contissimo of the lot. And Marina picked one contissimo individual to rule them all and gave that person a sash. And I'm pretty sure that sash was from the Electro Heart era. So that's amazing. If you, like, I've been listening to that woman since like 2010. That's crazy. Crazy. And her set list was impeccable. She played all the old stuff that everyone would have wanted. She played all of the new stuff that everyone was so excited for. I love her so bad. On to the next. Because at this point, I am on a roll. And this one was serendipitous in that I don't really think I meant to, but there is a higher power at work. There is divine intervention, or maybe call it my subconscious acting through me in my REM state. But I did purchase pit tickets to go see T-Pain at the Washington State Fair kind of in my sleep. And that is not the first time that I've done that. I have once upon a time purchased meet and greet VIP tickets to go see Bianca Del Rio in a city near me because I opened my phone while I was asleep in DC after a crazy wrestling with my sleep schedule and not putting my phone far away enough while I was taking a nap. And I opened it up and boom, that was an ad on Instagram and I bought those 2 tickets to see Bianca Del Rio in a city near me because Bianca Del Rio is my partner's favorite drag queen. So no disappointments there. That show, amazing. It was so good. If you have a chance, those jokes were so fucking awful and terrible and mean and hilarious. And I love her. She is perfect. No notes. But this was my second. And Sleep Me knew that this was a solo journey. So yeah, I only bought 1 ticket for this state fair, whatever the fuck was going on. I have not been to a state fair in well over a decade. I don't know if I've been to one outside of the state of California, to be honest, but I go to Washington State Fair. That's in Puyallup, which is, I actually don't know in relation to, I think it's supposed to be central. That's why they do it there. So people from Seattle, people from like eastern parts of the state, even people from like northern Oregon can get, just everyone and their mother and T-Pain can go. And so I think it was like over 2 hours. It was over 2 hours from where I was. And I do it. I go there after work and forgot that state fairs are all day events and family friendly. So I'm like looking at these people that are leaving and I'm seeing small children. I'm seeing full family units pack inside a minivan or a Ford Excursion. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? And then I realize, oh, they've been at this fair all day. So I realize as I'm looking for parking and I see we're in a neighborhood that is not built, their infrastructure is not ready to handle this many cars. I'm seeing people in their driveways park cars on their lawn and people are out front and they've got signs that are saying $5 or $8, cash only, best deal right here, right up front at the entrance. Everything is full. I do not have cash. It's a whole thing. I'm circling to the point where we're now at a point in time where I feel like I'm going to miss his entrance, his grand entrance onto stage. And so I'm getting kind of nervous. So as I circle, I see somebody leave their parking spot and head out. And so I zoom in and it's kind of off the beaten path. Like I'm not in an ongoing line of cars the way that I just had been. I'm off on a side street and I park in there and I'm like, this definitely feels like the front half of somebody's yard. I feel like the other cars that are to my right and to my left, I'm like, these people definitely paid to be here. So now what? And so I'm sitting there for a minute. I'm looking around. There's no one coming or going from these cars. There's nothing on their windshields. There's no one coming or going from the house itself. I see no movement. No lights are turning on. And I'm like, all right. So I get out of the car and I stand there for another second. And I'm like, we good. And then I hoof it to this fairgrounds where I'm bombarded with the memory that a state fair, any kind of fair, is a night out on the town for teens, tweens, and young adults. They are in their Sunday best, absolutely decked out, from their sparkly jeans to their tiny tank tops to what they're full beat out at the rodeo, and it smells like animal poop and rides that could take your life. So I feel like SpongeBob in the perfume department as I'm navigating all of these smells. I'm like, Jesus Christ, get me to T-Pain. And I make my way. I'm in the pit. Perfect timing. A little bit of the DJ set still on. He comes out, and it is the epitome of what you think a good performance is. Everything you've heard about T-Pain and like how much fun he is live is correct. Is actually understated, and you should go. And he had a portion where he was doing covers and obviously did Tennessee Whiskey, but at one point he does Don't Stop Believing, which I found hilarious because just in general, funny. And then also funny because my mom is the biggest Journey fan I know. I don't know anyone that gives a fuck about Journey in the way that my mom will ride for them. Loves Steve Perry, loves Journey, knows all the words forwards and backwards, knows the orders of the songs on the album, had all of their posters, has seen them so many times live. Like, it's bonkers. And so he starts playing Don't Stop Believing. I take a video, and what's a little white lie to make somebody feel good? It doesn't hurt anybody. So I took that video and I sent it to my mom, and I said, can you believe I requested Don't Stop Believing? And he did it. And my mom, like, obviously reactions and things are not as well translated over text as possible. So the following month, when I was visiting my hometown because my bestie got married, I was with my mom and I was like, hey, so you were not as excited as I thought you would be that T-Pain performed Don't Stop Believing. And she was like, oh no, yeah, it was nice. You requested it? That's cool. Very, very cool. Nice. And she's just like trying to match my excitement. She sees that I'm excited because, hello, it's T-Pain. And do I have a crush on T-Pain? Not the point. Who even asked that? But I realize as I see her underwhelming reaction in person, I have it click in my head and realize, oh my God, you don't know who T-Pain is. And she was staring at me like, no, what? Who? And I'm like, oh my God. So naturally I play his top 5 most obvious T-Pain hits, and she was like, oh yeah, no, I've heard this. So if I were to request a song, you bet your bottom dollar it wouldn't be freaking Don't Stop Believing. It would be Church. Church is my favorite song. If you need a song to like get you going in the morning, if you're like real sleepy and you just need that like at the gym on a car trip where you have like the last 20 miles to go and it's really dragging ass, play Church for like 3 times on repeat. Shit's gonna fly by. I love that song. If I'm requesting that, T-Pain, listener of the pod, I know you're listening at this very moment. Please play Church next time I see you, which will hopefully be soon, because 10 out of 10 all around. Love him. He's perfect and I love him. And while T-Pain wasn't on the Bonnaroo set list, he was my stand-in for Nelly because I was really excited to see Nelly and was no more. So I needed to fill it with something, and T-Pain just happened to be right here so perfectly. Also from a TikTok ad. Thank you so much. Because I've been putting in generational amounts of screen time ever since we've been threatened with it being taken away. I don't know. That was on the 19th of January 2025, and I just heard that we're actually going to be getting it taken away the 22nd of this month. I really can't keep up. I also refuse to keep putting in the amount of screen time I was doing after the first takedown. No, I will not be doing that. But yeah, 2025 was definitely the year of doing things by myself. Like, it was really cool to just have that click and be okay going out and doing stuff solo, which, yeah, this was my first year ever doing that, and then I did it several more times after, and I will continue. Give me a show, I will do it. I will find the time, I will make it. Obviously, it's so much fun to have people join you for them, most definitely, but like I will not let whether or not someone can attend or accompany me to a thing, whether that's an activity, an event, what have you, like I will do it even if no one can come with me. So that's the lesson learned for 2025. Also, this doesn't feel real, so it's hard to say, especially since the baby boomers wanted to never let us have this. They said, hey, we're going to hoard all the wealth and make sure that this isn't possible for the youth. I bought a house. And if anyone is going to be like, oh my God, Frankie, how did you do it? First off, it had nothing to do with cutting out avocado toast. I know they really went after millennials and their avocado toast. That actually had nothing to do with it, believe it or not. Susie Orman or whoever. She's the only person I know that's like, what's that one guy who's mean? Caleb, I have him blocked. I hate that bitch. Caleb, the budget guy with the glasses, and he's mean and probably a Republican. Whatever. I bought a house with my partner, and if anyone's gonna be like, how did you do it? Hey, I got my credit as good as I could, saved some money, because we qualified for a grant because we are Indigenous, and we worked with an Indigenous nonprofit who helped us find this grant, apply for this grant, which led to us getting this grant. So big shout out to Naya. If you've got a spare couple bucks, throw it Naya's way. Naya, love you down, because we would not be able to have we would not have been able to acquire this place without you guys. This was huge. We also have new additions to the family. We have 3 goats, 5 chickens, so much love. I love these guys so much. It's actually insane. The former owners didn't have room for all of the chickens. They had 10, which just feels crazy. We now have 5, and that feels like a solid amount. Not necessarily in like having 10 would be too many, but their coop is simply not big enough. And they also didn't have room in their new house for their goats. So their loss is our gain, buddy. We love these guys. And what comes with a house? Neighbors. Yes. And if you follow me on either of my TikTok accounts, you may have seen where I have stated I'm contemplating picking up the accordion as a form of revenge, because these people that I refer to as the hackers, I don't know how many people live there, but I want to say it's 3 to 5, and they are outside 23/7/364. And they've actually been relatively quiet, thank God. I think it's because it's exceptionally colder, but something about the warm summer months makes someone want to absolutely wolf down a cigarette and cough their lungs out, wrestle the Grim Reaper as death himself is trying so hard to close their bronchi with his bare hands. And they resist every day. How? I don't know, because it truly, madly, deeply feels like they are fighting asphyxia. And like, my partner and I made a joke where, because there's like a bit on Family Guy where Peter coughs or talks to cover up a fart or something. And so I said that in relation to the hackers, I was like, well, what if they're just coughing to cover up their farts? And we started laughing so hard because as I said that, one of them comes out onto the patio, their balcony, their main hub, because they just refuse to live inside. They get out there and they start hacking to the point it sounds like they're retching. It sounds like they're I'm not gonna like do that to your ear holes, but it sounds like they're about to yak. They are heaving and coughing to the point it was like when I coughed so hard I threw up because I had bronchitis. And like, and I remember so vividly what that was like. And that was when I was in my junior year, maybe. And these hoes are doing that regularly, on a regular basis. That's crazy. Crazy. So we did have a moment to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry, at they're fucking hacking, and then my partner was like, well, how fucking gross are those farts if this is how they're coughing? Because again, it's literal retching. Their diaphragms are in their throat. They're retching so hard. And I do think if I were to pick up the accordion, I could drown it out. I also contemplated recording the sounds that they make, and this includes when they yell at their dog over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and they say, Max, 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 get your ball, get your ball, get your ball, get your ball. I'm going to record all of those and then get really good at DJing. It doesn't have to be a really insane or expensive DJ set, but I'm going to take what I have and I'm just going to mix it into some beats, and I'm going to project it so loud that it forces them to be self-aware of how loud they're being. Because it's insane. It's actually insane that people, and love my parents, love them. They're so beautiful and so pure of heart and see the best in everything. Anytime I was on the phone bitching, they would have a counter argument of like benefit of the doubt. But it is actually ridiculous. And they will be coming up this month, so maybe they can see for themselves. But at one point, I was just on the phone with my friend, and she's telling me about her day, and I hear it start. And when it starts, it doesn't stop for a minute. So I heard it start up, and so I just stepped outside, leaned outside, and that was it, before she stopped her story mid-sentence and was like, oh my god, that is so bad. I thought you were being dramatic. No. And I did have somebody on TikTok ask that I record their reactions to me taking up the accordion, and I was like, hey, I don't believe in the surveillance state, and I will not be recording people in their own home. I don't care how much I don't like them. I will not be assisting the ops. Absolutely not. That's foul. So you will just have to believe me if and when I take up the accordion, because I have messaged multiple people online over a variety of platforms. Hey, no one's getting back to me. Do I just look like someone that doesn't love Weird Al? Weird Al, hey, also on my 2025 live music scene. I didn't go by myself because that was a family event. Because me and the fam, Weird Al, we go way back. But developments will come with this neighbor. Developments are happening with a different neighbor, but that tea will come at a later point, also at a later junction. But for 2026, because as we've established, we're in it. Hey, we're here. I hope that everyone I have put on my will not be seeing 2027 bingo card, hope all of that comes to fruition. I'm hoping for a blackout. Is that ambitious? I'm not doing anything. Who's to say? I have no involvement, but I really do hope for a blackout. And as far as 2026 goals, I'm hoping to become a little more evil. I'm hoping to find the people in my neighborhood, or my general vicinity, in this city. I'm hoping to find people in this city that can serve just a little bit of cunt. Just a little bit. I need to be around more gay people. One time in 2025, I was around 3 straight women. Never again. So, yeah, just need more drag, more queerness in my life. Need to do more makeup. I need to put orange back in my hair. And then I'll keep a couple for myself. A couple for myself that I will just let you know when they happen, and we will celebrate them. And that is me moving in silence. Because if there's one thing people that move in silence love to do, it's to loudly let you know how much they are, in fact, moving in silence. So, me moving in silence. You'll never know until I tell you. Because why? Silent. Moving in silence. Thank you so much for answering this FaceTime. I really needed to get all of that out. And please, please, please don't forget, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Let me know what has been your earliest recollection of happiness. Let me know what your most recent recollection of happiness. What's your biggest, most crazy event that led to you feeling joy, whimsical, What's another word? Elated, if you will. So let me know. Call me. I'll put the link down there. I was gonna say text me. No. You wouldn't get a response probably for a long time anyway because I'm not the best texter. DM me. Prefer you call me though. Call me. I'll insert it. All that good stuff. And hopefully next pod we can have my sister on because also my sister lives here now and it rocks. We have like another separate living area, detached from the house, so she lives over there, and I've been trying to get her to pod with me. She is weird about cameras though. She is weird about cameras. And she did recommend to me the other day, she was like, I wanted to record this, but I had taken an edible. And she was like, well, just record it anyway. And I said, dude, I cannot do that because it already takes, for like regular, not psychotic people, it takes practice to be even minorly natural when it comes to talking to a camera. And then if you introduce like all of the lights and the actual camera and the footage being captured with an edible in the equation, I get so in my head when I'm stony baloney. Like, I have so many different thoughts going all in a million different directions at the same time. And hey, I'm saying none of them out loud. So here's a preview of what that episode would have looked like if I did record it while I was stoned. That's what it would have looked like. For audio listeners, big eyes staring into the void. Staring into the void is kind of slack-jawed. So let's all just be really thankful. I decided that was a no-go. So hopefully she can join me. And I will see you so much. Yep, I will see you so much. I will see so much of you in the next one. I'm keeping it in. Love you. See you in the next one. Happy 2026, baby. If I can get enough subscribers, I will be able to afford top surgery. Let's get it done. Okay, that's it. I love you so much. Bye.